All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. They find some open field here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing now is Carr. A throw left side complete to his receiver Westbrook. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Shotgun now for Carr. Open man is Westbrook, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, 58 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Let's go, son.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Here's Lott. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Carr now on 1st down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Oliver. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line.
Set. 10 Lobo.
58 right there. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Ready, ready.
They'll go option to the short side. They'll pitch to Fournette. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Well, we know it's a tough mission for this defense to hold them to a field goal after that long kick return, but they're one play away from doing it.
They certainly are very close to accomplishing what they needed to get done, because they've treated this like a sudden change. You know, when the offense turns the ball over on a fumble or an interception, before you go out, you get together as a defense and go, sudden change, keep your poise, be ready to go. That's exactly what this group has done.
To throw his Carr to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They come up in an offset eye. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make the score 14-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. From the corner, Jimmy Smith blitzes for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Love. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
No.
3rd and long. It's Locke. Looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, it's Carr. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
From the gun, it's Carr. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And out across midfield down to the 45. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
After the sack on 1st down, Carr.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Luck to first and Mack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron, 59 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run with Fournette. It was Justin Houston who got him down. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's got some space here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts 30.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Colts 32-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Jabal Sheard able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Carr. And connecting here with DJ Shark. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now Love, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Love.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And got his man complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. A shotgun snap for Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? That's caught inside the 20. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Carr going to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. I think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Carr. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Now! 180! 180, we're good, we're good! 180!
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Carr now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. From the gun, Carr to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
2nd down and goal. Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. from 4 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Colts take over first down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Luck. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Come on, the ball. Mike 50. Mike 50.
Luck on third down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Mack. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Motion, 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 motion. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. 11. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
And that'll set him back 5.
Let's go.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Watch motion, watch motion. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Hey. 50.
Out of the gun, Luck. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Luck throwing again. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Josh Allen just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long.
12. 44's the mic, 44's the mic. Check.
From the gun, here's Luck. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Colts, first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
50's go. 40. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Hey, check. 52's the mic, boys. 52. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Hey, Mike 52.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
12. Here we go. 50. Mike 50. Here we go, D. All day. Smooth. All day. Go.
To throw is Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
44.
Throwing on third down, Locke. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 36.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Twelve. 44. Mike, 44. They can't hang with us. Fofo's and Mike.
Now a first down throw. Locke. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Mack. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down.
I know he ain't got it. 11. 44's the Mike. 44's the Mike. Bandit. 12.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo. Not today, you are. Not today. Hey, check. 44's the Mike. 44's Mike. Check. Hey,
Here's Locke. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The dump-off gets him 9, so now they're in much better shape for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Caught left side by Hilton. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt first down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll run on first down. It's Mack. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 12. Mike 52. Who that?
To throw on 2nd and 6. Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs, needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, a big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said. It actually comes true. It's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Joseph is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? Might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free than when they're trying to get done on offense.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
On 1st and 10, Locke. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Doyle. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
675.
On 1st down, Mack. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. He'll look to throw.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. Now it's locked. This is caught. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal.
And it's caught.
It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here.
In your face.
He's back to throw, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Jaguars, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.